Boys, welcome back to another video, and in this video we're going to be ranking all of the Clone Wars villains from Goated all the way down to Goofy. Goofy being you did nothing and you're really bad, and Goated being you're just the best. You're him. Alright, we're starting with Bosk. Bosk, he's pretty bad, I'm not going to lie. As a villain, he's pretty weak amongst other villains, and he didn't really do much. This guy from the Clone Wars movie, I don't know his name, and I don't care for his name because he's goofy, bro. Like, actually got defeated by people sitting underneath metal. That's kind of crazy. Alright, I think these are the cleaner robots. Pretty mid. They blew out the power generator. They're the only reason that the Clone Wars carried on to as long as it did. This guy, he appears in a lot of the Clone Wars, but he doesn't really do much. I'm going to put him in mid. Oh, Admiral Trench. Now, he's an interesting one because he's just a way better tactician than almost anybody else on this list. So he's going to have to go into a good tier just because he can't really like hand-to-hand combat, but he's really smart. As a villain, she's pretty mid. I'm not going to lie. She doesn't really do much. Not too much. Nothing detrimental. She doesn't kill anybody that we love. Because if she did, then it would like hurt her arc to becoming a good guy. And, you know, they wanted her to become a good guy eventually. Clovis. See, I don't even know if he was a bad guy, really, you would say. But I'm going to put him in good because, like, his arcs were so good with him and Padme and eventually becoming a good guy. Oh, it's awesome. This shark guy, put him ahead of these two for mid because he actually did something. Like, in the arc, he at least killed some people, right? Like, he at least did stuff. He almost killed Jedi, too. So, I'm going to have to put him in good just because of how he fights. Droid, goofy, bro. Like, you really telling me that Anakin and Ahsoka would just be like, oh no, he's making mistakes? Like, it's a droid, bro. How are you gonna let the droid make mistakes? Send him back to the scrapyard, bro. Mother Talzin, I'll put her top of good. Not quite goated just yet, but top of good. She wasn't really too much of a villain. She was more neutral in the whole conflict, and she just wanted what was best for her clan. I'm not gonna lie. Like, Grievous did her dirty. All right. Ooh, I think this is Bane, right? Darth Bane. Goated. Put him up there. Not for what he did in the Clone Wars, but just outside of it. It's kind of hard for me to put him anywhere other than goated. Shapeshifter that got caught almost immediately. Goofy. Like, how you gonna be able to shapeshift and then get caught by Ahsoka? Like, not even developed Ahsoka. Early stage Ahsoka. That's kind of crazy. Grievous' doctor. Bad. Not quite goofy, but he didn't really do much other than repair Grievous. Like, come on, bro. Boss goes ahead of him. Shoot, this is Maul's second-hand guy, I think. Like, his main enforcer. Put him mid. He didn't really do too much. He kind of just followed what Maul said. We'll put him actually top of mid because I think he was one of the guys who broke Maul out of prison. So, top of mid. I'll put this guy right behind him. This guy is a senator, I believe, from Mandalore. He served under Satine, and it was a whole like corruption thing where he wasn't really a bad guy. He just wanted people to be able to afford things, and then he turned full bad guy under Maul later. Now this guy, I'm going to put him in. Actually, he was a pretty decent villain. He didn't really do like too many nefarious things. You know what I mean? But he did oversee the production of the battle droids, so I'm going to have to put him top of mid. This guy, pretty goofy, not going to lie. He's just there for the laughs, actually. Like, he's just there as someone to laugh at. Pre-Vizsla, I believe? Yeah, Pre-Vizsla. We're going to put him in mid, right above this senator guy. Just because he didn't really, like, again, he didn't do too much. Sure, he had some good plots. Put him above this guy too. Actually, top of mid. He had a few good plots. You know, he fought Obi-Wan, stood his ground. He's pretty okay, but still mid. This guy, goofy, like actually so goofy. How? Like you're that dumb that you're just like you failed so many times that you got replaced by a droid. That has to say something. That's right. This guy's the evil guy with the spiders. Pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie. He didn't do too much. These two, rank both of these, put him like, I'll put him mid above the senator guy, but Again, they didn't really do too much other than make some blockades, bro. Now this guy, ooh, I like him. Bought him a good. Now he was like he's a slaver guy. He was a pretty good villain. I think he fought Anakin, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, that's pretty much all I got to say about him. Pretty decent. I like his voice. He made a great escape away from Anakin and Ahsoka. Yeah, not too bad. Wat Tambor, put this guy ahead of him in good, cause this man right here is a monster. He took Echo and literally just like tore him apart. Like that's crazy. But the fact that he was able to do it, that's why he's all the way up here. This oh shoot, this is the Larva Queen. So they went to Geonosis. I'm gonna put her above this guy because she's pretty interesting actually. On Geonosis, they found like a queen with mind control eggs. I think it was in the first 3 seasons. It was a pretty cool arc. I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, we're gonna put her in good. As a villain, I almost want to put him in Goofy, bro. Like he's not actually that bad. We'll put him ahead of that clown right there. He just there's not many arcs with him, and then the ones that he is in are pretty like not the best. He almost kills Mace Windu, I guess, but he doesn't, and that was just kind of a boring arc. This guy right here who wanted to kill Ahsoka, we're gonna put him in bad, top of bad. He didn't really do much. He caught Ahsoka and put her on the island, and then just kind of died to Ahsoka at the very end. Pretty mid villain. Count Dooku, goated, one of the staple villains of the show. Actually has a great backstory with him genuinely wanting to leave the Republic, and then Sidious recruits him. Pretty good, pretty goated. This guy, goofy. Like he actually just looks goofy and acts goofy. And he's kind of stupid too. Battle droids, dude, goated. I don't care what you say. They're hilarious. They're the staple bad guy for all of this. I don't know what you want from me. They're goated. Don't come at me, bro. Isn't this the fish that like sold the lightsaber or something? Like, yeah, this is the guy who stole the lightsaber. Goofy. Like actually goofy. All he did was steal a lightsaber. I don't even remember this guy. We're putting the bottom of Goofy. I don't even remember him. I know I remember his face. I just don't remember where he's from. Slick. Oh, right below Mother Talzin. Like he's actually so good, but not quite goated. You know what I'm saying? Like that arc is just great. Where like the clones get a traitor, and you're like, oh shoot. I guess they're not just like loyal dogs. You know? I guess they can betray their leaders. That's kind of crazy. They all have their own self interests. You know? Zero. Goofy, right above this guy because I don't know who that guy is. And above, shoot, there. Goofy, actually Goofy, like so slow, gets killed by a weird dancing alien, like actually Goofy. We're gonna call him Meralival just because I don't see Meralival on here, and they look like the same species. So for the tier list sake, this is Meralival. The guy that got Kenobi into the games, pretty good. I think killed his family because he was bored or something. Pretty good villain though, just because he got Kenobi over to the, the cube thing. It was pretty entertaining arc actually. It was one of my top arcs. Ranking video coming soon. Savage Opress, not quite goated, right below Mother Talzin, but still really good. Darkseid kills a ton of Jedi in his first 2 weeks of being a Sith. Actually crazy. Goofy, actually Goofy. All he did was steal a droid. That's it. He stole R2. Pong Krell, goated. Actually goated. You had no clue that this guy was evil. You thought he just didn't care about clones. Until he revealed that he actually wanted to join Count Dooku. And then one of the clones shot him, which is actually crazy. We're going to go... Bro, she's pretty good. Because... eventually at the end, Anakin starts to try and save her, which is pretty crazy to me. Like, you really want to save her? But yeah, the whole arc again was really good. This guy, I'm going to put him in the top of mid, actually. General Grievous, goated. How are you not going to say goated? Kills a bunch of Jedi, steals their lightsabers. Fallen soldier who was fighting for his, race against, bug people. And then the Jedi helped the bug people because they were misinformed. And he got shot down by General Grievous, or not, but by Count Dooku, and turned into this big, machine, which is pretty crazy. This guy, Goofy, betrayed by Asajj Ventress, actually Goofy. Cad Bane, goated. Actually a great villain, legitimately. Does a ton of different arcs where he beats Jedi, which is like really impressive, especially when you're not a Force user. He's from the clone arc, so put him in bad. He's not even a villain, that's why I put him in bad. He basically just pushed the clones and stole their stuff because he didn't like him. What are you gonna do? Tarkin isn't even really a villain in the Clone Wars, but we gotta put him up in good, right? Just because of his actor's death, and his part in the original trilogy. Actually, pretty good. Hold on, I saw this person, Goofy. I hate Aura Singh. Don't ask me why. I just hate Aura Singh. Goofy, pretty mid, not gonna lie. Now, that guy made a virus, Blue Shadow virus, and it's basically just like an old virus, like the Black Plague, and he brought it back to life. He gave it life, quote unquote. Yeah, pretty bad. Pretty mid, actually. Hondo Onaka. As a character, goated. Actually goated. Such a great villain. He's in so many arcs. He captures Count Dooku. Actually awesome. Sidious, very top of goated. Do I really need to explain why? His whole arc as a Sith was Order 66 and taking over Coruscant, taking over the entire galaxy, actually, through Order 66 and by being the Chancellor of the Republic. Maul, right below Sidious, above Count Dooku. Because, like, not in terms of strength, but he's just such a cool character, and he has such a good comeback. Like, it's actually great. Asajj Ventress, the last one, we're going to go goated right above Hondo Naka. I actually think Cad Bane would beat her in a 1v1. I'm not going to lie. Such a good story. Captured as a child, trained as a Jedi. Then her Jedi Master gets killed. Then she's trained under Count Dooku, and then Count Dooku tries to betray her. Then she goes back to the Night Sisters, and then the Night Sisters get killed, and then she goes and bounty hunts, and then meets Gwendolyn Voss, and then they, get married and live happily ever after. That's not how Star Wars works, but I wish it was. And yeah, I think that's the end of the list. If you guys agree, let me know. If you don't agree, let me know, and I'll see you all next time. Later.